got paid from the African Walking Company, I believe it is, or whatever. They were all amazing. They all get paid, and then at the end, we all tip them. We all throw some money in, and that gets spread out between everybody. It's like a bonus payment. So I think somebody said there was 140 people in the 140 people in the entire group. Because you got to remember, when you watch the documentary tomorrow, the camera guys who are great, but they can't walk with the rucksack and their camera and the camera stand, and they can't. So there will be guys carrying the cameras, and there was one guy who was carrying this sound thing for all the radio mics. So all of the 9 egos, we all had a radio mic each, and there was a big like a backpack with masts on it and aerials, and this fella was carrying it all week, and when we got to the top, he raced, literally, he ran down. You've never seen anything so funny. This fella with this massive heavy backpack just going, way! So a lot of people, but and everybody out of the 40 odd, every single person made it. Every single one made it to the top. Me, Rachel, Asa, the sound guy, the doctor, everybody. It's unbelievable. That success rate is just unheard of. So, thank you very much.
The next two questions are rolled into one, really, and they're quite serious. You raised over 1.5 million. You helped raise 1.5 million, but how much did it cost, and where did the money come from to pay for it?
I don't know how much it cost, but I believe, and I might have this wrong, it was sponsored by BT. So, with the exception of on Radio 1, it's referred to as the BT Red Nose Climb, hence the speak and clock business.
So it didn't come out of the fund or anything? And
so what happens, I think I'm right in saying this, and I might be wrong, but I'm almost certain this is what happens, is the BT give a load of money to sponsor it, everything is paid for by that, and there is money left over, and that starts to kitty off, I think. So, it doesn't cost it doesn't cost Comic Relief a penny.
And so all the money you donate goes to Comic Relief?
Yeah. Everything is either blagged or paid for out of the sponsorship, out of the BT money. I think that's what it is. So basically, you know how the Radio 1 total, 1.3 million, 552 pounds. Every pound, every penny goes to Comic Relief.
On to important
that money
stuff.
gets spent, by the way, on the courses. That doesn't get spent on anything else.
Jez the trucker wants to know who had the smelliest feet at the end of the climb.
All of us, I think. I had a cold, so I couldn't smell anybody, but I did smell my own boots one day, which wasn't very good.
Adam in Suffolk asks, what was the funniest thing that happened that made you laugh so much a little bit of wee came out?
Oh, there's loads of little things. There was lots of wee.
Name one.
Gary getting out of his tent after he's had a little sleep and is still on painkillers and is a little bit dopey is one of the funniest things. And I think they've got it on the documentary. I think. And we would be sitting there and we would just hear zzz, and you'd hear the tent go. So we'd look and he'd stumble out. I love Gary. He's like a drunk, right? And he stumbles out of his tent and he kind of falls backwards a little bit and his eyes are all shut and he goes, I dozed off then for a minute. Like, you doze off every day! Fall asleep every day! We get to camp, you go in your tent, you fall asleep! Alright. And then literally an hour later he goes, I might have a little nap. You can't sleep anymore! What's wrong with you? It's like one of them people from a Channel 4 documentary. He just, I tell you how quickly this began. On the plane on the way out. It's Gary, Ronan and myself sitting together. And we take off. I take my sleeping tablets, chatting with Ronan for about, so I'm going to put my head down, go to sleep. He goes, all right, see you when we get there. Bye. I've gone. Gary takes his sleeping tablets and has something to eat and a little drink. He's chatting with Ronan about Lost. Gary's a big fan of Lost. Yeah. Weirdly, Ronan is a big fan of the 118 idents in and out of the commercial breaks. So Ronan will spend his time going, where are the others? They're in the hotel.
It's an odd thing to talk about. A programme that's based on a plane crash while you're on a plane heading off to an exotic place where everyone gets lost.
So Gary's talking about Lost and he's going, the thing is, it's the mountain moves and Ronan's going, I watch it, I see. I have a theory about what happens on the island. And Ronan goes, right. Gary, he'd fallen asleep. Mid-conversation.
Louise texted in, though, asking how his back was, because he had a bad back. Was
really
that why
bad.
he was like this, because of the painkillers?
Yeah, really, really bad. He's got, what is it, Carrie? He's got, like, a trapped nerve.
Oh, no.
So that could have gone at any point, and he'd have been banjaxed. He'd have been off. There's no shadow of a doubt. He wouldn't have finished it. If that had just gone, he would have been in trouble. So it's amazing that he did it. He's a good lad. And I think we're all right for take that tickets.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Yeah?
2 words.
Yeah.
Where was the bum gallery?
Where was the bum gallery? I got rumbled.
Did you?
Yes.
Or bumbled?
Yeah. The girls heard me saying to you, I will try and do the bum gallery, and Kimberly heard me and then went, I don't think so. And then that was it.
Is that how she talks? I had no idea.
She's very sweet. So the bum gallery, and honestly, because you stare at everyone's bum as you're walking, and I'm like, yeah, I can't tell the difference between Ben Shepherd's bum and Denise Van Houten's bum and Fern Cotton's bum and Rachel's bum and Andy's bum. It's just, and it wasn't sexy, it wasn't, and I'll be honest, I bottled it because I thought, if I get my camera out and Cheryl turns around as I'm taking a picture of her ass, that's our relationship over. That's seriously finished. So, there you go. Any questions?
That's good. Thank you very much.
Text word climb to 88808 if you haven't done it yet, and give us £1 of your money for Cover and Relief. Thank you. There you go.
Digital FM. Online. This is Radio 1.